Good morning, dear students. This is your science teacher, and today I teach you science IIT. Today we start our new chapter of science IIT, that is chapter number 2, force and pressure. Okay, in our daily life, we see the different types of force in our surroundings, and we also experience the pressure and force also. So before starting this chapter, there is a need to know about a famous scientist, Henry Cavendish. He is a very famous British natural philosopher, scientist. Okay, and it plays a very important role to find the weight of Earth. Okay, he doing some experiments for the to find the weight of Earth. Yes, doing experiment. He's a theoretical chemist and physicist also, and he known for his high accuracy precision in his research. He known for his high accuracy and precision in his research. He doing different researches, and he's always very uh, doing with high accuracy and precision. Okay, and one of the most remarkable work of Cavendish is reflected in calculation of density. Is it is a remarkable work to calculate the density or the weight of the Earth. Okay, he doing experiment and calculate the weight of Earth, and this experiment known as Cavendish experiment. In 1797 and 98, Cavendish performed an experiment with the Earth using gravitational constant. Using gravitational constant. Gravitational constant means uh, gravitational constant denoted by capital G. And what is gravitational constant? It is a number that expresses proportionality between the force of attraction that exists between two objects. Okay, and the product and the ratio of the product of their masses to the square of the distance between them. Okay, so this calculation permitted Cavendish to calculate the mass of Earth. Okay, his experiment is very useful to find the mass or to find the weight of the Earth. Okay, and density also. The astonishing thing about this experiment was the elimination of every source of error and every factor that could disturb the experiment. Okay, in this chapter, and sorry, this famous scientist, yes, in this picture you see Henry Cavendish. He is born in 1731 and he died in 1810. Okay, in this chapter we discussed on the different types of force and pressure that we feel or that we see in our surrounding. Okay, so different topics we discussed in this chapter: force, effects of force, types of force, pressure, thrust and pressure, pressure in liquids, and atmospheric pressure. These different types of force and pressure we discussed in this chapter, and this chapter is very important. And we know that it is a physical part of our science, and physics is a science, which branch of science that regularly connect and that we see in our daily life. Okay, so uh, for example, when we flying kite, we feel wind push the kite. You feel it when you flying kite. You feel that the wind push your kite. You feel that. Okay, and something move when they are either being pushed or pulled. When we talk about any other object, they are moving. they are you feeling they are pull or they push. Okay, and we use different verbs. Sorry, we are using different word like kicking in football, hitting, lifting. These different types of words are the used for the movement. Okay, when you kick the football, change its motion, means when it rested, when you kick it is come in the motion. Hitting, when you hit any object, it's come in the motion or reduce the speed also. Lifting, when any object put in onto the ground and you lift, it come in the motion. Okay, we experience different types of forces also. Pull, and basically pull and push on the object is force. In in basic language or in simple language we can say that push and pull both are, when push or pull on the object, are known as force. Okay, in our daily life we experience different types of force, and the force, this line is very important. The force when act on an unit area, for example a particular unit area, for example 1 centimeter or 1 meter area, 1 meter square area, the force which applied on an unit area, this force is known as pressure. Okay, and the synopsis of the chapter, what we discussed, and what is force, and where we feel or experience the force and pressure, will hanging, lifting, sitting, balancing, moving. Hanging means hanging anything on the tree or on the wire. Lifting, when you lift any object. Sitting, when you sitting on any other any object like chair or ground or any other place. Balancing, when you balancing we see at many times, and when you purchase the grocery many times, the uh, when you purchase the grocery, so you see that the shopkeeper balance the vegetable with weighing. Okay, moving, moving we see in our surrounding. Spinning, the things, different force act on them, and these different conditions we see different forces act on them. There is a force acting between magnet. We also feel the force between the two magnets. Will they are attract to each other or they repel? Okay, so here is also a force is work. This force is known as magnetic force. And the gravity, the earth gravity pull all the things uh, towards the center of earth. Okay, this is the reason, this is the reason of why we are live on the earth, and when we throw a stone in the sky but it come back to the ground, because earth pull all the things towards the center of earth. Okay, when force is applied on a body, when any type of force applied on a body, it tends, means it takes some change in that object, like the change, changes shape of the object, size of the object, direction of the object, speed of the body. For example, a cycle or a wheel uh, come towards your side, you applied force and break its speed. So this is done by, because you applied force on it. Okay, when a cricketer hit the ball, so uh, he hit the ball, so the ball is moving in a direction. But when you catch that ball, so you stop that ball from, you are taking it from motion to the resting stage. Okay, force can also move a stationary object. Force is also move when any object is in a stationary phase, means the any objects, suppose it objects put here, and when you applied force, you this stationary object, when you applied force, this object come in motion from the stationary phase. Okay, like this. And some forces act against direction of the motion. Act against direction of motion. For example, a bowler throw a ball, so the ball come in your side in a particular direction, but by the bat, a batsman tends to change the direction of object, or speed of change the speed of the ball. Okay, stop a moving car, prevent us from slipping. The force against direction in the bugs, they stop a moving car, they prevent from slipping us while walking. Different types of force are play around us. Okay, we feel these type of forces. The force applied per unit, yes, pressure we already discussed. The force applied per unit area is known as pressure. Okay, when a force acting, on in liquid or in gases, they flow. The gases and liquid are flow. Okay, the force exerted by atmosphere, here is another important point. The force exerted by the atmosphere per unit area on the earth surface, this force is known as create a atmospheric pressure. Okay, in yes, in today's class, what we studied, we discussed on a famous scientist Henry Cavendish. We start our chapter force and pressure, and in this chapter we will discuss a different topic. These topics we will discuss, and today we discuss some examples and synopsis of this chapter, and we will continue from the next topic of this chapter, force. Okay, I hope you understand. If you have any doubts, so you can ask. Good luck.